Hi guys, Coach here, and wishing you all a very happy holiday season, and especially a safe combat full Kevlar assault team approach shopping day on this Black Friday. This week we go shopping for that avid gardener in your family shopping circle. We will look at the small and the tall and the cheap and the pricey, and finally the over the top for those folks who go big or go home. So glad you're here. Stay with me and we will be right back. Hey, I'm Matt, and you can call me Coach. Every week I bring to you landscape tips and tricks and design concepts and ideas in an easy to understand format so you can tackle projects yourself, get the results you want, be more self-reliant, and save a lot of money in the process. So we're going to cover gift ideas, and we'll do it in a funny little parody of the 12 Days of Christmas. But in this case, we will call the 12 Gifts for Gardeners. So here we go. On the first day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was some quality, good gardener's kneeling pads. God, I wish I had these when I first started, because after, 20 plus years of kneeling next to trenches and putting in sod and doing cement work and stuff, yeah, it takes a toll after a while. And yes, I had the strap-on ones, but they were, they were not quite as casual as what I'm suggesting here. Excellent choice for older knees, keeping yourself clean on a wet lawn maybe while you're weeding. Easily stores on a hook in the shed or garage and lasts for many seasons. Just don't leave it out in the UV light of our sun. On the second day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a set of hand pruners. We covered these earlier in the product of the month. Try the ones from Felco, Corona, or Fisker. They are the go-to ones for me and have lasted for decades, literally decades, without a problem. As I spoke to you back last month in product of the month, this tool is one of the most used in the landscape. From harvesting to clipping to nipping and tucking, you'll drive your spouse batty without any. On the third day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a quality sun hat for men or women. Nothing worse, and I'm expressing this very seriously, there's nothing worse than years of avid gardening only to suffer skin problems later in life. I know firsthand because skin melanoma runs in my family like a running river. I took great care throughout the years after seeing what my father went through, and have always used sunscreen, wide brim hats, and gloves. And here at the ripe old age of 62, I am okay. And I want the same for you guys for sure. So, cover up the bean, get a wide brim hat, and make it a nice quality one, either for guys or gals. Hey, moving on that fourth day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was, this is one of my favorites that I have used for the last 25 years, a Seymour S700 spring flex handled trenching shovel. And it's not just for trenching, as I'll explain. This is my favorite shovel of all time. I have gone through literally about 4 of these in the last 20 years. And you can ask, Coach, how can you go through a shovel? Well, one was an employee drove over it and broke it. But the other 3, I literally wore from its new shape and size down to something that wasn't usable anymore. That much digging in my career there has been. It is so versatile for all gardening and landscaping needs. It is great for cleaning trenches, digging planting holes especially, and weeding. It can almost be like a little hoe at times. With the narrower face of it and the longer shovel part, it just takes a lot less effort than the typical round nose or pointed shovel. And again, that strong fiberglass handle shaft and rubber handle makes gripping and working for hours on end just a lot more secure and stable. I loved it, I really did, and I still have 2 to this day. On the 5th day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a good, heavy set of work gloves. Not that cheap crap, but a good leather or deerskin glove that can help you get your hands dirty and protect them at the same time. Great for digging, really good for planting, and best for pruning in those thorny situations like roses and citrus, berries and pomegranate, and etc. Yes, I can attest, and my wife has slapped me across the back of my head because I have obliterated my hands over the years, and every day she would come home and she'd see bloody hands and stuff. Yeah, I didn't wear my gloves that day, honey, sorry. Hey, on the 6th day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a Victory 33970 rear-tined rototiller. We're bumping it up and we're going large here just a little bit because there's got to be some of you out there that just get tired of bouncing that front tine tiller, or in some cases no tiller at all, when you're trying to prep up for a little bit of re-landscaping or prepping for the new spring garden or whatever you might want to do. Here's a DIY gift that can help any gardener in those realms, either doing a landscape makeover or preparing the annual bed that maybe you have. Develop even a vegetative fire-free break by going back and forth with one of these things and creating a nice break in the grasslands or whatever you might have. I only recommend the rear tine tillers, as front tine tillers in the wrong soil conditions will just bounce and beat the living heck out of you. They really do. They just don't have the digging capability, in my humble opinion over the years, that a good rear tine tiller can do for you. Hey, on the second halves now. On the 7th day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a Snapper brand 82 volt electric lawnmower, 21-inch cut. With a majority of our yards in residential neighborhoods being smaller, our lawns are too. And I think that it is time for a lot of us to switch over from loud, gas-powered, high-maintenance, gas-powered engines in the lawnmowers and other yard care machines, and go a little green. This rechargeable powerhouse can mow any small front and back lawn for up to 45 minutes, and that's just on one charge. They're quieter and a very powerful alternative to the noisier, polluting gas-powered equipment that's out there. Heck, if your lawns are really small, you could probably go 2 to 3 weeks on a single charge. So check them out, Snapper brand electric lawnmower. On the 8th day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a Makita. Get this, a Makita, which is a highly, highly well done company, a Makita electric powered wheelbarrow. The model that I found for you guys was the X2 LXT. Now, over the years, I have used 2 electric wheelbarrows in some cases just as a trial, and I thought, my gosh, if I had one of these throughout my career, not only would I not have as big of muscles, but they were really neat as far as like getting a load of gravel up a steep driveway and into the backyard. In this case, it's just a push of the button. And for those gardener who deals with hills and slopes, is getting older or has heavy loads or just wants to save the old back, knees, and arms, I'm a big proponent of working smarter and not harder. This thing even has a light to light your way at dusk or dark, say like if you're bringing in firewood, etc. So check them out. On the 9th day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a gift certificate to a local mom and pop nursery in that gardener's local area. You determine the amount, but man, if you kind of went large and really impressed them, maybe a $300, $500 gift certificate. With landscaping and gardening getting a little more expensive every year, it would really blow that recipient, that gardener recipient's mind to open up something like this, and then you can just sit back and watch the cogs start to turn on spring purchase ideas that were just rolling around up there on Christmas morning. It will also benefit that local business, that local mom and pop nursery at a time of year when things really start to slow down. that time after Christmas tree purchases and everything. You know, that really helps. Hey, on the 10th day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a North Star horizontal vertical log splitter, preferably a 24-ton. Can make that year-round chore a whole lot easier and faster. This one's even towable and manageable with only one person. It's got a really high-quality 1600cc Honda engine on it. You can cut and split wood all in one day. You go get it, bring it home, fire this guy up. You could even split it right out in the forest if you had a way to tow it out there. On the 11th day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a custom landscape design by a local professional landscape designer that lives in your area. I had 2 of these over the years, and the recipients were quite shocked and very pleased when they opened up this little envelope. This can be a value that can range from, you know, a couple of $100 to well over $1,000. And I'll tell you what, the 2 that I did, I presented personally, and they were just stunned. And later in the next spring, guess who landscaped their yard? So, hey, landscape design. If it's done really nice, it's almost a piece of artwork, and I took great pride over the years in creating something that not only was functional and followable, but also it just looked good on paper. Okay guys, finally on the 12th day of Christmas, the gardener gift for me was a Husqvarna ride-on lawnmower, 42-inch cut. This is not a battery-operated one. This is a gas-powered one for those people out there that have large yards with a lot of lawn to mow. Speed up that weekly task, and heck, have fun doing it. Put the kid up there and let him drive or let her drive, you know, and maybe you could get a bagging system or other attachments like aerator spikes or something, or maybe even like a little trailer where you could haul around bag goods, and a fertilizer dispenser. I mean, you know, the sky's the limit. But that's my 12th day of Christmas, is a nice Husqvarna ride-on lawnmower. Well, there you have it. Coach's 12 days of gifts for that avid gardener on your list. You can find many of these guys at my Amazon affiliate link if you choose to help an old retired landscaper out, and or you can even seek them out yourself locally. But a little help goes a long ways. Hey, I'd love for you guys to stay safe, and I will catch you next week when we will take a peek at water features in the landscape, and as always, our plan of the week. I look forward to you guys joining me next Friday. Take care in this holiday season. Coach says thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the video. Bye-bye for now. Take care.